bringing all of the people it needs to Wisconsin on the ferry. The SS Badger is a historic 410-foot-long ship that's the last of its design operating on the Great Lakes. It was originally used to carry railroad cars along with regular cars and passengers. The Ludington Breakwater Lighthouse is located where the Pere Marquette River flows into Lake Michigan. It has a four-sided white pyramidal tower. There are 3 decks. The light is white with a black lantern. The light has a diaphone fog signal integrated into the tower. The fog signal was initially operated by remote control from shore and powered through a cable that ran along the breakwater. The light has a feature like a ship's bow, which is designed to deflect and cut through the crashing waves of Lake Michigan. Most of the early activity was guiding lights in Ludington related to the South Pier and not the North Pier, where the Ludington Breakwater Lighthouse is now located. The first Ludington Light was 25 feet tall, and it was constructed on the end of the South Pier. It was lit in 1871, just before Ludington was starting to become a big lumber town. As the decades passed, it became clear that the South Pier Light was not adequate to guide the large number of incoming ferries, which were carrying railroad cars back and forth across Lake Michigan. In 1913, the Bureau of Lighthouses considered Ludington to be the most important port on the eastern shore of Lake Michigan due to the railroad car ferries. So, the Bureau of Lighthouses requested funds for a new breakwater light and fog signal. The Lighthouse Board decided that a new light should be built at the end of the North Breakwater, rather than on the south side. The North Breakwater, which was made of decaying timber, was replaced with a concrete breakwater. In 1924, a 57-foot tower made of steel plates over a steel skeleton was completed and lit. A 4th-order Fresnel lens, manufactured in the United States by the Macbeth Evans Glass Company of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, was installed in the new station's lantern room. Through the course of time, the light was illuminated by a flaming wick, by rotating candles, and with an argon lamp. As an additional aid to mariners entering Pere Marquette Harbor, a radio beacon was established at the station in 1927. The light wasn't automated until 1972. In the mid-1950s, Ludington was the largest car ferry port in the world. The Badger is a registered historical site in both the state of Wisconsin and the state of Michigan, as well as a National Historic Landmark by the National Park Service. The Badger completes its 60-mile trip across Lake Michigan in about 4 hours. The Badger connects U.S. Highway 10 between the two cities. In 2015, the ferry was officially designated as part of US 10, thus linking together the two disconnected segments of the highway. Today, the Badger makes daily trips between Ludington and Manitowoc, Wisconsin, carrying passengers and vehicles. The Badger is so big it can transport tractor trailers. The Badger, in service since 1953, has a reinforced hull for ice breaking. features, and it has been maintained and kept in use over the years. Similarly, the Spartan is named after the Michigan State Spartans, and it was also put into service at the same time as a railroad car ferry in the early 1950s, but it has been out of service since 1979. This is the Port of Ludington Maritime Museum, which is where the original 4th Order Fresnel lens is kept on display. The original 4th Order Fresnel lens was used until 1995. The Fresnel lens was replaced by a Tidelands Signal 300mm acrylic optic. In 1994, the crib support on which the Ludington Light sits settled a bit, and the tower tilted 4 degrees to the northeast. The tilt can still be seen today. The light is owned by the city and operated by the Sable Point's Lighthouse Keepers Association, which is a volunteer group that maintains, restores, and operates this light, as well as Big Sable, Little Sable, and the White River Light Station. In 2006, the Ludington Breakwater Light was opened to the public for the first time. Look, it's a picture of the Gary Breakwater Lighthouse. There's so many light bulbs because they turn around, and so if, the power goes out for one light bulb, then it spins and goes to the next light bulb.